As of right now, the world is going crazy because Lil Durk has got a case dismissed in Atlanta. I guess he was on a case with KingVon and a couple more guys. But somehow the police then dismissed the case. Then they're alleging that maybe Von was the shooter, all kind of stuff. Fans saying Lil Durk told he's snitching. That's what the fans say. Some people say, no, Durk ain't tell. Shit just happened like that. They say solid.
Damn, Smirk. You telling?
How you feel about that? What's your opinion?
I mean, that's them guys' legal shit. But, like, on the outside looking in, you never know because, if I'm not mistaken, one of the little bitch who got Von bumped up in the airport, ain't that the lawyer that just got the case dismissed? That's what they supposed to be saying? So,
I was hearing something like that.
I mean, like, if that's true, then it's just like a weird situation on top of all of it. Then you ask me, they say it's an out-of-town rapper that be in Atlanta that's cooperating with the feds to catch all these Ricos. Who is the out-of-town rapper that be in Atlanta? Conspiracy. I'm not saying this. Don't say Mazzi said this, because Mazzi ain't said this. This is what the fuck the internet said, so. But I wish the best of luck to them guys. I hope you ain't doing no shit like that. I hope you ain't get your man sacrificed and thrown up under the bus, because that's some fucked up shit, Durk. He was making you a lot of money. And you said that's your brother, so if that's your brother, I hope you won't do nothing like that.
No, I get you. I want to ask you this question. Now, this ain't got nothing to do with Durk or none of that, you know, so I don't want nobody to link this question together. But I do want to ask you this question. Can you tell on a person who passed? Is that telling, or is that a free card to throw out?
I don't know. Like,
is it really telling, Mazzi?
That's a touchy situation, because I'm an interview type of person. Like, I be watching this shit with like Gangsta Williams, Birdman, but like, I don't know how to feel about that. Like, you told on somebody who did to get out, but then it's like it's still telling.
Also, you still feel like it's telling?
Yeah, you telling. You telling. Like, I get they dead, they gave the feel. They said, okay, so that's like.
Tough, huh?
That's like the Durk and Von situation. We don't know if he told now because he gone and the case go left because the motherfucker not there. So we don't know what's going on, but I still feel like it's some certain extent, like, you telling him. If you already was sitting and doing whatever, you could have just finished that time out. I don't know, like, yeah, I don't condone. I don't think you're supposed to tell on a dead person, dead or alive. Like, if you did it and he was there, you gotta stick with that situation. You gotta roll with the punches.
So you gotta stand 10 on it.
You might as well.
I hear you. I wanted to ask you that. You know, I also got something tough I want to ask you now. You know, I had a chance to interview Big Less. Spoke with him. Dope interview. I think he got a dope perspective on things.
Pop, shout out my pop, man. Big Less, man.
I get that leader vibe from him too. You know, I can tell you can tell he a leader. You know, you clearly can feel that by speaking.
He keep shit in line. You know, I always keep shit in line. That's if anybody want a definition of like a big homie, if y'all got big homies, that's a real big homie. That's an OG. Right. You can't do shit but respect him when you see him.
Facts.
You know?
I sure get that vibe from him. But you know, when I interviewed him, you know, I asked him some questions. There was a lot going on in my head. I had to travel there, so I was watching the shit and all kind of stuff, right? So it was one question that skipped my mind. I want to ask you that question. It's a rapper in Chicago. He probably get mad at me for saying this, but I got to ask you this. I got to be transparent. That's why I'm truth telling. It's a rapper by the name of Tay600 did an interview a little while ago. He kind of spoke on Scrap, a situation with Big Less and things like that. I heard Big Less speak on this on his Man Stop It podcast. That's the reason why I'm asking that, because that podcast and that video is kind of getting up there on the views. He spoke on, you know, Tay600. You know what I'm talking about? How do you feel about that? I'm not sure exactly how it went, but I guess.
I can't really speak too much because I came around in like 12, 13. That's when I first moved to the hood. So they shit, you know, they been going on since like what 09, 10, shit like that. But what I can say is, I don't think Big L was making no calls like that though, cause Scrap or Scrap. Like, if you know Scrap, you heard all the stories of Scrap. He wasn't no bad kid.
Right.
He was a hooper, but he was just in his environment. So everything that Big Les was saying was facts. Like, he got the right to feel the way he got to feel. But you know, the ops gonna paint a different picture with niggas. We don't really get our flowers how we'll get them theirs. You know? So it's probably one of them.
Right. Now, I hear you on that. I wanted to ask you that because I was kind of buzzing. Now, you know what else was buzzing? Something just happened last night. Nobody has been asked this question yet, and I'm finna ask you this. Mama Duck went live last night. Her live did almost 30,000, 30,000 views. It ain't even 24 hours. The live is going, okay?
Mama Shane, I love you. Mwah.
She spoke on Charleston White. Charleston White released a video. Well, he was saying very disrespectful words to us, Mama Duck. I don't know if he was speaking to her, but he was speaking in general. But he was being disrespectful, I guess, by calling them out their names, saying they like just wanted money and things like that, You think Charleston White going too far on the internet with things like that?